So this role play we have to do for Dr. O. Are you ready for our school?
I hate being videotaped. It's the worst thing in the world.
In the world, famine, war, genocide, and being videotaped?
Yes. It's like, the minute you point the camera at me, I completely freeze up. I don't know what to do with my hands. And even though I have the script right here, I'm going to forget it. And then if I'm going to improvise, I'm just going to get very self-conscious and speak in a manner completely unlike myself, what is natural. Then I'm going to hear my voice on tape in class and I'm going to be like, yuck! How can I have any friends?
You look fine. You sound fine.
Plus, I should have worked your pregnancy into the script. It's a rule of drama. Chekhov's gun. Everything that is shown must be used.
Don't shut on yourself.
I saw the videos on Blackboard. It really psyched me out. Those other students made such good videos. They're terrible people. They're doing a great job to make us look bad. This is the last class before I can graduate, so I need to do well on this project so that I can graduate on schedule, and I need to graduate on schedule or else my life is over.
It sounds like you're very worried about school.
Well, yes. I have to do well in school or I'm a complete failure. Dr. O has to pass me or else she's a complete meanie. I have to graduate this year. If I have to wait until next year, I won't be able to stand it.
So in other words, your biggest concern is not graduating this year?
Yes.
Something like that happened to me. I thought I was going to graduate this year, but it turns out I still need 6 more credits. And I won't be able to graduate until next year, 2016.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
You know, terrible, not quite. Disappointing, yes. I was bummed out at first, but I'm making the best of it. For instance, I have more time to look into job opportunities. I can do my last 2 classes at a very relaxed pace. And I have more time to spend with my family.
That's amazing. How did you get over being disappointed? I don't think I could do that.
I realized the date I graduate in and of itself is neither good nor bad. It's just a date, and it's how I think about it that makes the difference. So you want to graduate this year, okay? What's the thought you have right after that? What does it mean to you?
I have to graduate this year or I'm no good. I failed.
And what emotions do you feel when you think that way?
Depressed, anxious, desperate, and I get this fear like I'm paralyzed and I can't move because I don't want to do the wrong thing.
See, you just did your ABCs.
ABCs, this is graduate school, not nursery school.
I know, not those ABCs. I mean, A stands for your activating event, means graduating this year. B is your irrational belief that you just have to graduate this year, or your life is just ruined. And C is the consequence of that irrational belief. It's that feeling that you get. You're depressed, you're anxious. You're feeling desperate, the feeling of desperation, and you're working yourself in such a state that you get paralyzed with fear and you cannot get your work done.
So you're saying that graduating this year is neither good nor bad. It's what I believe about it that makes me feel how I feel. How can I feel better?
And that's when we get to D. You have to dispute the irrational belief. DIBS. Is there any evidence that if you don't graduate this year, your whole life is over?
Well, it's how I feel.
Forget about your feelings. I'm talking about rational, scientific, concrete evidence that graduating will just end your life. For instance, is there some type of rare, fatal disease that only a diploma can heal?
Well, when you put it that way.
Besides that, is there any evidence to suggest that you won't graduate this year? I mean, you're talking about one project, one class, and I'm sure we're going to do a good job and Dr. O will pass us.
What if she doesn't?
Okay, what if she doesn't? She hates our video and doesn't pass us, and you don't graduate this year.
I don't even want to think about it.
But I want you to think about it. I really want you to play it out. I want you to tell me the worst nightmare scenario that goes through your head if you don't graduate this year.
Well, the job I have falls through. They won't take me without the degree, and someone else gets the job. I get super depressed, and I can't get out of bed. I get fired from the job I have right now. My friends are disgusted. They stop talking to me because nobody wants a broke, depressed, unemployed friend. My dog needs cornea surgery and I won't be able to afford it, and I'll lose my apartment, and then I'll be out on the street, and then it's just me and my blind chihuahua living under an overpass in a refrigerator box.
Do you see how far-fetched all that sounds?
When you say it out loud, sort of.
And what does thinking like this get you? How does it make you feel?
Even more anxious. It's like there's this domino effect. If one little thing goes wrong, like where we put the camera or the lighting, everything in my life falls apart.
I'm kind of interested in what you said before about how your anxiety is paralyzing. Do you see how this all could be related? How one little worry can lead into 36 projected problems?
Well, I can see how when I'm doing schoolwork, I get very wound up. I start to feel like there's so much riding on one project. Like, it's not just about turning in assignments, it's about not living under the tunnely circle overpass with my blind chihuahua, Carlos.
Let me take a wild guess. Is that how it took you so long to write the script?
Well, yeah, I just felt like it had to be perfect for us or my world would fall apart.
So you see how your anxiety about doing poorly in school can actually cause you to actually do poorly in school? You are psyching yourself out until you can't get anything done.
Well, when you put it that way, I guess I'm crazy. I'm a total head case.
You're not crazy at all. I'm just trying to get you to see that the behavior is crazy. And there are things you can do differently, like moving forward and taking off some of the pressure.
Like what?
It seems that your perfectionist streak is actually backfiring you. I got a homework assignment for you. And I think it might be helpful for you to do something in a less than perfect way. So just let it be good enough. Not perfect, but just good. And I want you to notice that you will not be as anxious about everything, and notice how your world will not fall apart if something is just not perfect.
So you're saying I should just be concerned about doing it. It doesn't have to be perfect, just good.
Exactly, amiga.
Does that mean this is our last take? We don't have to do it over?
We're done. The end.
The end.
The end.